we got a couple big announcements coming up in December.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we have one huge business announcement.
Yep.
And probably the end of December, we got one huge personal announcement.
Yep.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. All right. So actually, one of the announcements will be at the meetup. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely come to the meetup. It'll be a good time for all. Get some knowledge, have some fun, meet some new people. All right. So when we're talking about like how do you decide how much energy you're gonna give like someone who's like receiving, you know, someone comes to you, say like a Tiara for example. She says, hey, I'm a sponge, I'm ready to absorb. But we hear that a lot though.
Right.
Right. So when do you kind of weed out, or how do you determine, you know, not necessarily if somebody is worth you sharing the information to, but how do you figure out, or what are some of the key things to let you know that they really are serious and really are believing in the collective versus the me?
So the first way is similar to the story he gave us about the mentor having his mentee meet him at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's one of them things I want to see how far they're willing to go for them first. So, you know, you kind of dig into them and see, you know, what they're going through, where they are, and what attempts they're making at bettering. Because and they may not be successful at it, but you want to see them trying. Like, it's one of those things you want to. It's like being in a sane asylum, and they don't have. It's just all walls. They all padded, but you're gonna still keep clawing at that door because you want to get out. And when you see somebody fighting to constantly be better, you say, okay, if I just give them an ounce of my time, they'll get over their hump. But if I give them a little bit more, oh, they're gonna shoot straight to the moon. So I try to gauge what they're willing to do for them, what they're willing to do for their family, and like what all of that means. So like, I guess you gauge their why. Like, what is your why, and what are you gonna do to ensure that you can take hold of that why and protect it and honor it at a level that nobody else ever would. It's almost like the stories you hear about mothers get these superpowers, like if they ever see their kids in distress, like how a mom can lift a car. You know, it's like that. Like, are you willing to go lift that car off of your chest so you can get up and fight? So that really is the gauge for me. And once I see that, oh man, we put them on. We put them on. And if you think about it, like look at the opportunity for us working with ET. It was 100% strategy. Like he actually, like, you know what I mean, commended me for, was like, man, nobody has ever approached us in the manner that you did. And you were so persistent, and it was like, no, it's never gonna be an answer. Like, it's gonna go my way. Like, I don't care how, you the number one motivational speaker in the world, you got all this influence, all these friends, all the top Fortune 500 guys, man, you got Warren Buffett on your hip. Like, you can do whatever you want, but nah, it's gonna go my way. And it has to, like it had, like we needed a change, and I'm bringing that change. So, just as that example, so then he said, I gotta point to you guys. I gotta shout y'all out. I gotta bring y'all on. So we're like, no, I'm committed to y'all because y'all were so committed to yourself.
I see your point. So how long do you think that first impression, how long do you think that lasts then? Like, so when you see somebody is willing to, do they still have to constantly show you that, hey, I am doing what you have advised me to do?
100%.
Okay.
Because I still do it. Like, I'll take myself for example. And I say, anytime that we introduce each other, I say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am. So everything you've ever asked me to do, in some cases told me, this is what you need to do, I do it. I don't question it. I do it. It's like in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah.
So if you got the eye, I'm gonna follow you. You know, we don't climb this rope and then you say, okay, we're gonna climb this rope, and I'm climbing behind you, and then as we climbing up, I say, where we going? No, I'm just climbing the rope. And I can't consult someone for guidance and ask them to give me the guidance my way. No, don't teach me my way. Teach me the way. And if you know the way, then you should always do it. So if somebody starts to fall off, and don't get me wrong, family things can happen, life events can happen, but the thing about that is, even speaking to those events, it's still that grind, it's still that push. So something happens, you bring notice to it. Somebody say, okay, well, I can help you with that. Oh, I can't. Let's work on it together. So but if you see people falling off with excuses, never a real reason as to why they're in the position they're in, back off. Let them figure it out for themselves.